graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
He is a comic book nerd.
In brightest day and darkest night. We can learn a lot from comics.
She is a reality TV junkie.
No idea.
Snooki had her baby. A dollar makes me holla.
Chris likes sci-fi.
They do a brain transplant into this whole new body, but it's you.
Kristen likes celebrity gossip.
Breaking news.
Oh, more breaking news?
Official. Official. Before it was just a rumor. These two, our pets, moved back in together.
What do they have in common? Nothing. You're listening to Two Strangers, One Podcast.
Now, here's Chris and Kristen.
Well, hello and welcome to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kristen.
And
we're back.
This is our unofficial.
Yes.
It's unofficial.
It's unofficial.
By the time this comes out, I think this will be episode 92. But this is like
our
100th,
recording.
Our 100th
recorded episode,
recorded
not released,
episode,
I guess.
Not counting the interview episodes I did without you.
Yeah, those ones don't count because I wasn't there.
Yeah. So
we're old.
It's a milestone. I mean, we had our 50th episode and everything like that, but we've hit a bit of a milestone. I mean, even though the numbers don't match up.
I'm tired.
92, we got a couple in the banks just in case, stuff happens. I got some on my old hard drive that until I get a new laptop.
Maybe someday somebody will hear them. Maybe.
It'll be the lost episodes.
Lost, yeah.
We'll make those like, or I was thinking because I was telling Kristen, well, we're gonna start up a new Indiegogo.
It always just reminds me of "Wake me up before you go."
And maybe we could have like exclusive episods, like
the ones that weren't released,
just for contributors or something like that.
The naughty episodes.
Oh yeah,
explicit.
The real dirty ones.
Yeah,
not ready for prime time.
That's right. That's what you get.
Too hot for podcasting.
Too hot for podcasting. That's what you can earn by donating to Indiegogo.
So we're setting up the Indiegogo site.
Talk dirty to me.
Oh yeah, mm-hmm. That would be a great reward, like
talk dirty to me,
like a phone sex podcast.
There
or something.
You go.
Like,
just do a whole phone sex podcast.
We'll just act out scenes and stuff. I don't know.
God.
Because like when they have like
download transcripts,
pornos that are like imported. They're pornos.
I don't know much about the porno business. Well, like you seem to know something that I don't know.
In the 70s and 80s, I mean, it's 80s
you can totally get like a transcript, like like how. Oh.
Well, I know, like
get like an old porno and just like
dub over it,
yeah.
Like our dubbing of it, because they did that. Like in the 70s and 80s, there were porns that were imported from, like they would get the film of people having sex from other countries.
Okay,
but then they would have American actors dub the voices because when it's always like the vacuum salesman comes to the door. That was salesman. I swear to God, I watched.
Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of salesmen out there.
Because I remember
in the porn business.
Sneaking in and not stealing, borrowing my dad's
not stealing
porno movies. Like when I found his stash,
the VHS,
and it was called the Diamond Collection. And I don't know if I brought this up before, but yeah, and it was all. Now, mind you, I found these probably in the late '80s, but these were definitely from like the early '80s or '70s.
That's what we got to get is an old one like that, and then we tell our listeners to pop one in, pop the
the Diamond Collection.
Run out there and get the Diamond Collection, and then we just do the voices.
Yeah.
Like
or maybe like a YouTube
like mystery
video.
What is it? Mystery
Science Theater.
Yeah, like that.
Like,
or yeah, you could do a YouTube.
If we do a YouTube video and edit out anything that they couldn't show on YouTube,
right.
But you could show heads bobbing up and down, and
just can't show what they're bobbing on.
And
that's what we should do. Do a nice little episode like that. Just do the
and I think there's a thing on YouTube where you can have a password to look at it, or at least verify that you're over 18.
Yeah, I think usually when you make like a profile, which I made one years ago, and then I never did anything with it, so we could probably use mine. Yeah, you have to verify that you're over, and you get. So I can. So my first video that I upload on my account will be some porno that we're dubbing over.
Well, the good thing is you had the account for a while, so it's not
so it's legit. It's not like I got in trouble.
If you just made an account and then put up something dirty, they would say you're an opportunist.
I forget why I made, I don't know. But I was like, okay, I'll make one, and then, I never looked at it again. I never logged in again.
Well, nowadays, if you have a Gmail account, that automatically gives you a YouTube account. That's I
have a Gmail, all right, we'll get that started.
If you sign in on,
is it
Google
just the
Plus
same?
or whatever,
No,
you may have had an account before, and you could link the old account to the new account, but like if you have a Gmail account now, like Google's just owning the fucking planet
Google
right now.
runs shit.
You know, you're like automatically signed up for like a YouTube account.
Was it just the same like username and password as
is your Gmail
mail?
account? Yeah.
Oh, that's convenient.
It's your Google, because they want to own you. They want to own everything. Because you know what
it's
happens.
convenient, and yet they own you.
Because Gmail...
It's a trade-off.
Because you know the deal with Gmail is that they scan your emails.
Oh, yeah.
And then like they send you ads. Because, you know,
I'm getting Viagra emails, I'm not sure what I've been looking at, but...
I get a lot of... My emails are always about self-publishing.
Oh, okay.
Like, when you could pick up my book, Double Jackpot, at doublejackpot.us. And so, because I write to agents. I'm still looking for an agent. Been a year in this fucking 100 episodes and still haven't found a fucking agent. But yeah, I get a lot of like self-publishing, you know, earn money with your book today.
I've gotten some diet stuff, but I don't recall looking at diet websites, so I'm getting random shit now that I think about it. Like Wall Street Journal's always, and I'm like, when? Just when am I looking at that? Yeah.
I'm talking about chicken stock. Right?
Yeah.
Beef stock. So yeah, that's so that's the Google Drive, YouTube, Gmail, of course, you know, Google Maps, Google Documents, everything. It's all
Googleized.
They're gonna own you. And I caught a bit of 60 Minutes last night where they were talking to the woman who's like the COO, like the Chief Operations Officer.
The coup.
And she was and she used to work for Facebook, and she's like a gajillionaire. She has more money than you could possibly.
She wipes her ass with like $1,000 bills, and if that exists.
She started this whole tour to empower women to be in business.
Okay,
like follow your dreams, even if it means, you know, being a mom and
even if it means being like a scam artist.
And then everyone's like, "Yeah, bitch, you could afford 30. You could afford 30 maids and 30 nannies.
So life is pretty easy for you."
Yeah. Oh, you could follow your dreams. Yeah, it's great to follow your dreams.
And like somebody's back there doing her hair and makeup. Like,
yeah,
it must be nice. Must be nice.
But you know,
shoot for the moon and you'll be among the stars. Right?
And her husband, oh god! And they were interviewing her. Her husband was on the interview also, and I guess he's like her
maid.
No, well, he does. They do say he does housework, but he's also a businessman. Like when the day Facebook got switched over to tradable property when they went on. It was Mark Zuckerberg, this woman, and her husband. Like they're all standing next to each other on Wall Street, ringing the bell. So. You know, these people have more money than God, and, you know, it was just like, you know, Google, you know, because Google wants to scan books now, because they're warning about the copyright issue, because they want to have it so, like, you can buy books off of Google, and it's all digitized.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Or, if, like, if you were looking for some sort of reference, it can tell you can find it in this book.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know, then you go out and actually pay money to buy the book, but there's, like...
Yeah, nothing's free.
There is a copyright thing where people are like, well, Google shouldn't have to scan it unless we give permission for Google to scan it.
Okay.
But then Google's like, no, but we'll redirect it towards you. You know?
Yeah.
So it's a real legal gray area about, you know...
what Google can and cannot.
Because they want to own everything.
Books,
and it's going to be, you know, one day it's going to just be a Google
just
chip
Google.
behind your ear. You push the button behind your ear. And
what did they have? They were making a big deal about, now I feel like it was, I think I wrote it down, but it was at like the Oscars. They had the glasses. A few people, what was that? Is that Google or?
Google's now making glasses.
Yeah.
Now.
It was Google, right?
Yeah. Well, there's different ones.
They're like eyeglasses but like random people were wearing, not like celebrity. Well, I'm sure they're celebrities in their own right. Yeah. Yeah, like a seat filler. Like they weren't anybody I knew. And they just showed like these glasses and it's like, you can look up stuff. I didn't really read into it, but it was Google.
Well, basically, you know, like how your phone recognizes your voice.
Okay.
So the screen is projected on the glass in the glasses.
Yeah, I did read that part.
And so it's like a heads-up display. So like,
it's like virtual reality.
You don't even need a screen. And then plus, you know,
and then
since
you
it's
just
so close to your eye,
right?
you can make it's like watching a 60-foot screen.
What if I'm walking and trying to look at I'm like
well, that's the thing, you know,
they're testing it out.
It's still in the early stage. Now I
feel like that would cause like vision problems.
There's another one that they're talking about that shoots a laser right into your eye. That's the one
I'm like. That shit going on. I don't like that.
No,
leave my eyes alone. I hate that stuff with like needles coming at eyes and a laser. Like I don't like I could never do contacts. I don't like that whole too close. Now you want me to wear these glasses?
That shoot a laser in your
eye? Yeah, I don't need no laser going at me.
But yeah, it's gonna be. They want to make it where it's, you know, what they call, HUD, HUD, heads-up display, where it might even be like even what you're looking at. Like how Google Maps, like they have like the street view.
Yeah.
So like you could be on the street with the glasses, and it'll tell you,
what?
like almost like a real life GPS,
like 20 yards from here.
Yeah, and the ATM is right around the corner.
See, I feel like I'd be way too distracted, bumping into things, even if I'm driving with them. See ya, I'm hitting somebody.
Okay, I mean, like kids, we grew up with a DVD player and computers and stuff like that, like stuff that would confound our grandparents. If our kids grew up with...
I don't need shit over my eyes. My eyes are to see things, not to be distracted by, it's going to sell. It's not going to be a flop.
There was a time where people said, I don't need a computer in the house. Who needs a computer in the house?
See, I'm going to be that old person. I don't need those glasses.
I don't need the glasses. What's wrong with the screen and the keyboard? I don't like that voice control. Yeah, we're already starting to become the dinosaur.
I feel like I'd just be way too distracted. Like, look at that shop that is 20 yards away.
And they were talking about...
break my glasses.
Well, I'm pretty sure the phone would probably have like a GPS, so like if you're moving at the time or something like that, it'll probably like...
Oh, I'm sure it's...
give you the limited version. But it's supposed to be like, I need to find an ATM machine. And so like it'll tell you, like you'll see a big arrow like pointing around the corner using what you're looking at. It's crazy. It's fantastic, but also terrifying at the same time.
Yeah, we are... Now it's going to become, like, where the younger generation is going to be so lazy, not know how to get from here to there.
Everything's going to be
like,
Google
everything,
glasses.
They don't know where to go. Like, if they lose their Google glasses, they're lost. Like, they cannot leave the house. I have no idea where to go.
And then, of course, they're going to want, like, the Oakley Google glasses.
Oh, yeah. You can't just have the original.
Yeah. What's wrong with the regular ones? I'm not going to wear the regular ones.
Look how stupid those look.
I have to have the Little Wayne signature series.
Who has the headphones?
The Dre Beats and stuff
Yeah, I need the Dre Beats ones.
Long story short, this morning,
You're getting your Dre Beats.
I was here in Rochester. I was in the DSS building this morning. I don't want to get into my business, but I was in the DSS building. Basically the welfare.
What did people show up with their Escalades and Dre Beats, but have to go get their stuff? Yeah.
There was a girl with Dre Beats on. But then apparently she messed them up because she had Scotch tape on them. Like
those are people you just want to laugh at.
Yeah, and it's like, call me a nerd. Put like they were black. Put some electrical tape. Do something. Hit it up. Fucking Scotch tape. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna spend all this money, and first and foremost, fucking Dre Beats cost like $160.
Yeah, they're not cheap at all.
Those things should be the most durable headphones. I should be able to stand on them.
I wonder what the hell happened.
Drive my fucking car with them. They shouldn't break. But they are nothing. They are kind of flimsy because I sold them in Radio Shack. And honestly,
I think you're paying more for the name.
Yeah, you're paying for the name because I
one of those.
We had them on display and I played with them. Unless Dre Beats wants to. Dre Beats, the official.
If you want to sponsor us, we love your Dre Beats.
Yeah. The two Stranger Beats, but
Stranger Beats.
I would honestly, they were no different.
But that's usually how shoes are.
Yeah.
The $500 pair of shoes. What the fuck am I paying
for?
I'm going to step in dog shit as soon as I leave here.
It's got a red sole.
Yeah, what am I paying for here?
Yeah, so the Dre Beats. So I saw a girl this morning with
Scotch tape. Taped up Dre Beats.
On her Dre Beats.
That's awesome.
And I was I wish, I want to help somebody out like that. It doesn't look. Here's some electrical tape. I can understand. You want to fix it, but
let's fix it right.
Like if you were taping a paper together, that kind of Scotch tape, the cheapy.
The Scotch tape.
Scotch tape.
The Scotch tape. Oh my god. That's awesome.
And it's perfect if you're taping paper together. It looks wonderful. If you accidentally rip your notebook page or something, perfect.
That's I think what it's used for.
It's not made for.
I don't think it's used for big
repairing headphones.
Please do not use on Dre Beats.
Yeah. So that was.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome.
So on top of everything else, we're brainstorming before the episode about StrangerCon.
Yes.
And I'm so excited.
We're leaning towards the June.
Yeah. Right now, I know we've been talking about June 15th, but I think we may have to push it up another 2 weeks to June 1st.
Kick off the month of June.
It's going to be a Saturday. Well, I would like it to be a Saturday.
It's going to be a Tuesday.
It's going to be now,
whatever day they give us, I guess.
Tuesday was a cheaper day.
It might be a Tuesday.
Because right now, nothing's set in stone yet because we haven't spent any money yet. Yeah. But it's going to be at the Space, the new Space.
The new Space, an improv place.
And if you want to check out the information, the website is The Space Rochester, all one word. And it's for those who know Rochester at all. It's down on Main Street. It's across the street from the AutoZone. It's a place called Greenovation, but they actually have a side entrance. You could park in the parking lot for Greenovation.
They have a side entrance? Did they always have that, or did they put that in? I've only gone through the one main entrance.
Oh, well, I think at one point it was meant to be an emergency exit.
Now they changed it.
But now they've switched it over.
Okay, so they got their own entrance.
They have their own entrance. Now Greenovation is a cool place to check out in general during the day.
They got a lot of cool stuff there.
But I just recently went. I went on Thursday, and I went to go see. It was the first official
opening.
Our friend of the show, Lautarello, he has a show called his improv troupe is called Search Engine Improv. So it was Search Engine Improv, and there was a Cactopus was the name. Like there's different groups.
A Cactopus is one of them?
I don't know if it's like Cactopus. Like I don't know if it's supposed to be a mixture of cactus and octopus.
Probably.
Or so it's Cactopus.
Usually what happens with the scenes, or when they come up with names, is like they remember something ridiculous that they came up with in a scene. Mm-hmm. And so I'm sure Cactopus suddenly came out of something. Yeah. They're like, we gotta use that as a name.
There was Cactopus, Two Fat Women.
Nice.
I believe the name. So they go at the end of the show, they go, when you go home.
Is it two guys too? That would be great.
And it's all guys. There's no women in the group at all. It's three guys. And, they're like, when you go home.
Not even two guys. Three guys. There's no women.
And they're like, go on Facebook and like Two Fat Women.
That's awesome.
Any two fat women will do.
Yeah.
But Two Fat Women, Cactopus, and there was another group there, and they were like the 5-pointed something. I forgot the name. I'm sorry guys. But I do have to say that. And then Law's guys came out, so the Search Engine Improv, and I had a fantastic time. The show was
Law's good. He's a good teacher, and he's good at what he does.
Yeah, it was a 2-hour show.
Entertaining.
It was a 2-hour show. They had a thing because now. Of course, it being opening night, everyone in the audience, pretty much everyone there, is in the Rochester Improv.
Yeah. Usually a big network thing.
Yeah. So what happened was they did have a part at the end where people could put their name in a hat and come up on stage. Cool. Of course, I had to throw my name in a bag.
Who would have thought? Chris probably put it in 10 times, right on top.
The ham that I am, but it was only $5 to get in.
Yeah.
So it was a great show. So
that's who we're working with to set up our StrangerCon. Bunch of cool people put on great shows. So we're in the beginnings of it, of talking and ideas and.
And they set it up nice. They really did. Because I only helped out Law for like an afternoon taking stuff down. But they have it floor to ceiling. It's a black box theater. It's painted black. They got everything. It seats about 60 people. The sound system was fucking incredible because they were blasting. Of course, I don't know. I mean, I guess you have to keep it kind of like sort of middle of the road. So they were blasting like 80s music, like how does it feel? and so it was. Great sound system. I mean, I don't know if that really counts for an improv show. The sound system
you don't want anything to be they are renting
crackling
out,
they are renting out the space. So, just letting people know that, and then I had asked because I was looking around. I wanted to see if there was a projector there because I have a projector. So I was playing with the idea like maybe we could barter some dates. Like maybe if I give Law the projector and say, hey, look, when you're broke, you have to make what you got to make do. So I was like, if I give him the projector, maybe he'll let us have a couple of dates. And then he's like, no, I already got a projector. I'm like, okay.
Damn, that was that idea.
Well, I mean,
what else can I give you?
And the good thing is we have a projector, so maybe we could have stuff going on during StrangerCon. We're gonna need a couple of volunteers because we need someone to work the door. We need someone.
And I'm sure
we need an unofficial security we need not like a bouncer, but
we need a bouncer. Somebody big.
Or just bring a sledgehammer or something like that. And then also, what I'm working on, the reason we pushed it up to the first is that we're playing with the idea of having my buddies...
your band,
Punk 77 NYC. Look them up, Google them. They're on Facebook. I've seen them live. They do a fantastic show. They are nice and loud. So it's coming out pretty awesome. Like, I mean, not that I don't think, the people that are going to come out to see us generally are like a punk rock audience,
right.
But, I want...
a show's a show.
I want loud music. I want loud rock, punk, metal, whatever you can get out there. I like loud rock music. I like I like loud guitars. So StrangerCon is slowly coming together. Our Indiegogo site slowly coming together, but it is friggin' awesome. Now, the one thing that I don't want people to do at our show, okay?
There's a list.
We're gonna, because basically, I mean, we're playing with the idea. We're still trying to figure the configuration. Maybe we might have a separate area where the music's played, and then actually us doing our podcast. We gotta maybe look for like another Rochester podcast if they want to come and share it with us or something like that, or hey, maybe throw in a couple bucks and whatever the case may be. And so I was watching this documentary, okay, because now that I don't have cable, I'm stuck watching
into the documentary.
I'm watching all these like public PBS channels. There was a documentary about the reggae music scene in Jamaica, like the new modern, and reggae's kind of transformed into dance hall. Dance hall's the new thing. And these guys go up on stage and, I mean, don't be wrong. I mean, I get dance hall if you're dancing, and because the music, let's be real here, it's kind of repetitive, it's all synthesized beats and, so the funny thing is, take a shot, like when people perform dance hall in reggae, they'll literally only perform like the first minute and a half of the song and then they'll stop.
And then what? They go to the next one?
Then it's more about pumping up the crowd.
So instead of dragging out the song,
instead of dragging along that big, long, repetitive, dun 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 dun.
So almost like a live DJ.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing.
Mix it, keep
they
going.
literally had. Now, mind you, it's Jamaica, so these shows literally go till the sun rises.
So I'm talking about, do they drink the Malibu Boom?
It was
this commercial.
The Malibu Boom! Hey there!
Jamaica just has free Malibu. Like, they just gave it to them for the commercials.
You got to shake it. And so, literally, like, the actual bands, as in, like, musicians and people who come up with instruments, didn't even hit the stage till, like, 2 o'clock in the morning. Now, mind you, the show started, like, at 10 or 11. And it's all hype men. It's all like...
For that long?
Yeah, it's like 4 hours of guys hyping up the crowd.
So the show is just hype men. Like, I'd be exhausted if I...
And what I don't understand
like, I'm doing a 12-hour show today.
It's like, I would assume in Jamaica, probably huge, gigantic clouds of marijuana.
Oh, everybody's just like...
but
would you be exhausted?
And then these guys go up on stage. Because,
I'd be exhausted. I'd be like, giggling. I'm terrible with this. I'd be like...
And Jamaica is also known for its rum.
Malabumbo.
Malibu.
Right, like their rum.
And Bacardi has when I was a kid, every trip my father took us to, always ended up in some brewery or liquor development place, whatever. So, Bacardi has a place out there. The Malibu. When I drink rum, when I used to drink and I drank rum and smoke weed, that shit mellows me out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but they're going to...
But the people on stage going crazy. Now, the trend is, and this is something that I do not want people to be doing at StrangerCon.
Don't do this.
The trend is to carry in with you at a big live show an aerosol can and your lighter.
So we're just
there are
torching,
people
up in the air.
Who have, I don't know if it's probably hairspray, underarm deodorant, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And they flick it on, and now mind you, you're looking, now they're going from the stage, the band's point of view, looking out to the crowd. And there are literally hundreds, there's thousands of people there, hundreds of people
doing this up in the air,
spraying it left and right like in a half circle.
That is just
That's how
asking
they celebrate.
For danger.
Yeah. When you got
somebody's on fire, the place is on fire. We have enough trouble with like the pyro stuff, going off. Now you're bringing in your own.
Yeah, these are
rum and
right. You're all lifted up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So if you want to do that, you're out. You're kicked out of StrangerCon.
So no bringing in of aerosol cans.
Yes.
If you have an aerosol can, you'll be
your
turned
own
away at the
blowtorch,
door.
Basically.
And there are people now.
Has there been like cases of incidents? There's got to be.
Or
are Jamaicans that careful?
I don't know. You can't have intoxicants
people,
plus aerosol cans plus lighters. People
plus hype men getting people hyped.
It was.
That's just spelling disaster.
And I've done that as a kid with the cans get warm. You know, saying nowadays cans have like plastic on them. The plastic can melt. I think it'll melt.
Into that.
I think they're actually nowadays. I think they develop stuff to kind of like break down before it gets to the point of blowing up.
Yeah, the point of a hand bomb, like just going off.
But it was just like. That being said,
I'm not into that. Americans don't.
That's fucking awesome.
Oh, I'm sure it looks awesome from like on stage.
And I'm like, I gotta be the first person at a metal show to fucking do a like my own.
You know your ass will get tackled so fast.
Oh yeah, I know I get kicked out of a show. Maybe I'll save it to the end.
Yeah, you gotta do it right at the end for the finale.
But it looks so cool. It looks like...
And you're like, you'll like fumble it or something, and it was like, woof, like all these people on fire, and you're like, I'm sorry. The Jamaicans do it. Like,
you want to talk about mosh pits?
Yeah.
Come on, motherfucker!
Everybody, run. Everybody's just on fire. They're supposed to stop and like roll, and they're just like going in the mosh pit on fire.
So you heard it here first, people. Before that trend comes into the fucking United States, because it's gonna come here. I guarantee you, it's gonna hit the United States. You know, because reggae,
on our Malibu boom,
reggae and dance hall and all of that kind of. Well, and now, you know, in the United States, we have reggaeton, which is like the Spanish reggae. Reggaeton!
There it is. That's what makes it different.
Whatever. So, I'm always here dancing before when I was singing it. So, you know, reggae has an influence on hip-hop. And that being reggae from Jamaica.
I don't mind them doing the blowtorch at like a Kanye concert, and then suddenly the stage goes up in flames and his skirt is caught on fire. I don't mind things like that.
Mm-hmm. But
you know it's going to come over here eventually. Somebody's going to do it.
Someone's going to do it.
And you know our dumbasses, like, we're not going to do it right.
Well, the way, I mean, like, the space, laws of space, it's all plywood.
Yeah. We don't need that shit going up.
The walls are all plywood.
Sorry about your space you just opened, but we saw this influenced over in the Jamaican area.
I didn't even think about that. I mean, of course, I wouldn't do it, but if we had pyro at StrangerCon?
We're not even pyro. Like, the thing going up in flames.
We could do it outside.
Yeah.
If we have any volunteers,
we shoot it the wrong way. Like,
anyone who wants to drive down to Pennsylvania and get us some,
pick up some a trunk load of stuff, and
we do have the whole parking lot.
Get our asses arrested so fast. We're like, I wasn't part of this, not me. Law, look at law.
Who's legally responsible? But yeah, so blowtorches at
your own blowtorch,
reggae shows, and you know, once again, totally fucking insane. Looked so fucking awesome. But, you know,
not a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, I could just, you know, just the
possibilities of danger is endless.
Inside of me, the person who enjoys the craziness loves it very much. And speaking of Jamaica and setting things on fire, let's take a quick break for a click and hit. And we'll be right back.
And now, a word from our sponsor.
Hello, this is Cordero Ulloa.
I'm Dwight Graham.
Hey, this is Seth.
Hey, podcasters, this is Nick Pilgrim.
We'd like to invite you to sit in for some free funny provided by the Livin' Lame Podcast Entertainment Network. For movie and television news, shared with all the fervor you'd expect from a group of pop culture junkies, check out the insights of Seth Parker, Cordero Ulloa, and Alex Chittenden on Real Chat.
If numerology and astrology interest you, drop in the public forums and join the discussion with Joe Fox, Carrie Fox, and Foxy D on the Foxton. Or pop in on Two Strangers, One Podcast with Chris Cologne and Kristen Montrello and get to know them as they get to know each other.
For music news and concert stories, check out The Breakdown, where we all share our interests and opinions on what we do best, music. Or for the big daddy that started it all, join Cordero Ulloa, Dwight Graham, myself, Joe and Carrie Fox, Seth Parker, and Megan Phelps on Livin' Lame.
To check all these shows out, visit www.livinlamepodcastentertainment.com. It's all one word.
Have a sense of humor.
See ya!
Click and Hit, enhancing the experience for all recreational smokers. Click and Hit is a one-handed portable vaporizer. This smoking pipe has a compact 4-stage design, complete with a built-in, wind-proof, butane refillable torch lighter. The large burn chamber holds your stash of legal herb or pipe tobacco. Click the button to ignite and inhale as usual. When you are done, put it back in your pocket for later. Smoke anytime with the touch of a button. No more carrying around grinders and tins. Leave the pipe, rolling papers, and even your lighter at home. The Click and Hit cordless vaporizer is no bigger than a normal cigar, making it the world's smallest and most discreet vaporizer. It's perfect for use in small places or shared rooms. It's efficient, getting 5 to 8 draws from your packed chamber. It's affordable at just $19.95 each. Buy 3 and the shipping is free. Buy 4 and you get the 5th one free. Visit www.click-hit.com. That's clickandhit.com. And now for listeners of Two Strangers, One Podcast, you can use promo code STRANGERS and receive 10% off your purchase at clickandhit.com. That's promo code STRANGERS for 10% off your purchase.
And we're back. And also, by the time this episode comes out, you should have heard a new episode for the Living Lane Podcast Entertainment website. They put together a new commercial. It's a new commercial that they put together.
For what?
For the website.
Oh, for the website.
Yeah.
I didn't know for Click and Hit, and I was like, why would they change that?
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, no. The Cordero and our boys on the West Coast are putting together a new commercial. So to the listeners, they already heard it.
They already heard it, but hope you enjoyed it.
But don't forget to check out Living Lane Podcast Entertainment.com. I think what they're going to do is Cord is going to just buy LLPE.com and then just have it redirected to the Living Lane Podcast Entertainment.com.
That way, just what you said. That way it's not that long.
Yeah.
It's like a minute long saying that.
And also check out their episodes. They recently did an episode.
Fox Den, they recently did, right?
Well, the Fox Den, I think, just released an episode. But also their episode where they're interviewed, it's called Down in Derby.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if that's the name of the whole show or the name of that particular episode, but I think that's pretty awesome, like podcasting where they're reaching out to their local roller derby girls.
Those are badass chicks.
And it was a good episode.
That's a sport I would never...
Yeah, you wouldn't... Well,
I wouldn't be sturdy on my feet. Yeah. I would think I was, but I'd get my ass knocked around. So.
You're not a fighter. You know, I don't know.
I would just, I'd try, and then I'd be like, I'm too focused on skating, and I can't do two things at once, I guess. I get my ass kicked out.
It was a great episode, so I encourage people to check it out. And, and I actually, where I used to live here in Rochester, there was, one of my neighbors was a roller girl, if you want to call her that.
Yeah, there's I don't want to say underground because it's not really underground, but there are teams around here. And I had no idea
because I met a girl. Rochester.
Yeah, I met a girl like that. She came from Canada. She's like, yeah, I'm here for the roller derby tournament. I'm like, what? That happens here? I didn't even know that existed. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty cool when you
let me tell you, she had some cute friends.
No, they're all in shape. They all got
and she was
kick your ass.
And because they live downstairs from us, so they they used to party, drink all the time, and
oh yeah, that's where I met them out at a bar.
And then
we just got done, and it was slamming drinks. I was like, you guys can kick my ass.
I should actually, maybe we should steal their concept, and because I know her name on Facebook, but it's not her. I don't know. Well, I'm not going to say it just yet, but maybe I can invite her out and invite her to come to a show or something like that.
The derbies.
Yeah, the Rochester version. But Living Lane's doing their show, and it's what the hell? My cat's trying to get in the room.
Well, opens and then closes the door.
He opens, but he doesn't know. Right.
I'll just open it for him.
The door's just open and closing.
Go on.
He's 11 years old, but he's not that bright.
There it is.
So yeah, and I think just pretty awesome, and because the girls, they would come out and they would sit, because the way where I used to live, it was a couple apartments and there was a driveway, so they would go sit out on the steps, on the way out to the driveway, and smoke their cigarettes and drink and stuff like that. And of course, at the time I was with my baby mama, I stopped talking to those skanks, But there was some cuties. There was some cuties on the local Rochester. Actually, but also that being said, I also think there's a couple of teams. It's not just a Rochester team.
Yeah, I think there's
a league here or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's a whole.
So yeah, check out Down in Derby, Living Lane Podcast Entertainment.com. What do you have for us? I'm over here just hogging up all the time.
I got stupid shit. Justin Timberlake did SNL this weekend. I only caught the beginning.
I missed it, and because my damn freaking digital converter box does not pick up NBC.
Which is random.
Because, but if I understand correctly, because were there? Oh no, you only saw the beginning. Because
I saw the beginning and some of the middle.
It was supposed to be all these old SNL guys.
Yeah, they had in the beginning. It was the opening.
Oh, okay.
It was the 5 timers. That's what they call it. Because I guess this is his 5th time. Mm-hmm. So they had
Paul Simon.
Yeah, Paul Simon was the host. Was talking to him at first. So then Alec Baldwin came out, Steve Martin, Dan Aykroyd, the 3 amigos. So Chevy Chase, Steve Martin, and
Martin Short?
Martin Short.
Wow.
They did those.
Martin Short's a 5-timer?
I don't know if he must be because he came out. Unless he was just there because he's an old, the 3 amigos. I don't know.
Maybe he is. Because
he came out during the 5 timers thing.
Because Martin Short was one of the original SCTV people.
Yeah.
So.
And he came out being because they were supposed to be at the 5 timers club and Steve Martin's, yeah, I've been here, so long. And Dan Aykroyd was like the bartender, like had his head down. And he's like, make me a Kristen wig. And it was like this drink with like a huge wig on it. And then like Martin Short comes out as like the hors d'oeuvres guy. And then they had John Goodman's face on like a portrait. Who else was there that they had? I'll try to think. But yeah, they had all the old timers, and then later on they did a dating show. Uh-huh. So they had Andy Samberg and Justin Timberlake. How they do like the '90s or the '90s singers. Oh, with the suits and the goatees.
Oh yeah. So like they were like Color Me Bad type guys.
Yeah. So they were like, okay, one couple,
the Dick in the Box guy.
Yeah. So they were like one. It was like a dating show, like, oh, these are your three
choices.
Your
three bachelors.
So they were one choices, which was two people. The first choice was that guy. I don't know his name. He's kind of reminds me of like a Horatio Sands. He's got that dark hair.
Oh, Bobby Moynihan.
Yeah. So he was like the first choice, and he was like kind of a little looser. He's like, I didn't know I could bring a buddy. So they were the second choice was the two of them, Justin Timberlake, Andy Samberg. And then the third choice was Dan Aykroyd and
Steve Martin.
Steve Martin
the
doing
two wild and crazy
guys. So they came back. And it ended up four of them ended up winning the date.
Oh, okay.
And it was good though, the two of them going back and forth.
Because it's about like guys who are like want to be players, but they don't get any play whatsoever.
I think they're from Czechoslovakia. I think that's the state.
Yeah. And with the wild and crazy guys.
But those two, Justin Timberlake and Andy, they would do like their songs, like what would you do on the first date? And they would go into being all smooth, and then the other two were like, well, we do it.
We go to the disco.
So yeah, they brought back the two wild and crazy guys. Those were like the only two that I really saw. It was like the beginning of the Five Timers, and then.
Oh man, I
don't know how the whole. I'm sure it went well because it's Justin Timberlake.
Freaking
can't go wrong.
Boxes living out here in the fucking sticks.
Exactly. Let's see. Did you see the new promo for Star Trek?
No. Shit.
I just watched it today.
I mean, my internet access has been limited. Oh, that's right. Well, that's kind of my notes here.
It looked really badass. I'll tell you that. It looked badass.
You're saying that. You're not even...
It looked badass.
J.J. Abrams is doing it.
Yep.
And, now, I guess as soon as he's done with that, he's going to
jump
right over to Star Wars.
Yeah.
So.
The effects look really good.
Oh, okay.
Just so you know.
The concept is good. They're bringing, bringing back Khan.
Whatever.
People.
He's a fugitive on the loose because that's what they said.
Yeah, people consider The Wrath of Khan like the best Star Trek movie. That's that's subjective. I loved it, but I don't think it's not my favorite. I guess the best and my favorite would be two different words. But because the first Star Trek movie was, saying like just trying to get established.
Get it started, yeah.
But I think once you got to part 2 and they already established everything they needed to establish, and they had
right into it.
Ricardo Montalban. Wow. So, well, I guess
I'm just telling you, it's gonna be good.
I'll be getting in front of a computer later on today,
the
and
effects
I'll look it
up. Really cool.
Oh man. Well, no, we already spoke about the Iron Man 3 trailer.
Yeah, okay, I think last week.
Yeah, our last. Well, actually, I don't think that episode went up yet.
Which that one looks. Yeah. Badass.
So this is. Let me tell you, nerds. Our time is now.
Iron Man
is. I want to say May 14th.
And then this one was like May 7th or something. Star Trek.
Oh, wow.
I believe that was the date, like May 7th. So that's going to be a huge.
Wow.
Huge week.
So that means. That means Star Trek's they're gonna have to blow their load that first week, because all the nerds. The
following week is gonna be a big month.
Wow, nerds! I tell you, and last year, and it was around that time last year when it was like the best week ever for nerds.
Right, usually like
our
May
second or
is
third
like
episode. So
it was May, countdown to May.
And you got Free Comic Book Day, which is the first Friday in May. Which would be
May is like the unestablished nerd month.
Yeah. And speaking of nerds, I want to give a huge thanks to Alana Brown-Smith and Mujigae Cooper for coming on our show. I guess spoiler alert.
They were on King of the Nerds, and who won?
Neither
of them. Celeste
won. I unfortunately, without having cable, I've missed the last 2 or 3 episodes. But trust me, it's not that I didn't want to see it. I just haven't. I haven't seen an episode of Comic Book Men in a couple weeks. I haven't seen King of the Nerds.
He's in like nerd withdrawal.
Oh yeah,
so you gotta see him.
I gotta start downloading.
He's going
gray. But Mujigae basically has our highest rated, if you want to call it.
Thank you, Mujigae.
Our most downloaded and most played episode was our episode with Mujigae.
With Hottie Boom Body Mujigae.
Now, I don't want to get into the numbers because I don't want to blow up our spot, but Mujigae's episode actually has double the amount of the next runner-up. So, she, for any one particular episode. So
thank you,
Moo for Prez. Of course, also thank you
Moo for Prez.
Moo for Prez, yeah, because she had said, she wants to she thanked everyone for their love and support and everything like that. And she goes, this isn't the last time you're going to see me, and hopefully, we'll work something out. Maybe you'll see me at a comic book convention or something like that, or something. You'll see me doing something science related. So,
how her booty page goes? That has more likes than.
Well, actually, she's jumped up. But it is funny that
she made that comment one day. I was like, that's really hysterical.
Her booty page has I think
it has a lot of likes. Let's put it that way.
It's a couple of hundred. Yeah. I mean, she's past 1,000 or a couple or 2,000, whatever. But the fact that her booty has its own page,
yeah.
And
her booty page,
it's who else
Where else can you do that?
There's no Chris's booty page.
Chris's booty page.
I don't have a booty page. Well, I just don't have a booty.
Yeah,
but
that's the problem. You gotta have a booty.
Yeah. So even in just public relations and stuff like that. So she's was personable and attractive and intelligent.
She's like the triple, quadruple threat.
Yeah, so they gotta, I'm pretty sure she'll be up, maybe she'll be on a show or something.
Great life. Let's put it
Mujiga, our science consultant or something like that.
She'll be like the new Bill Nye.
Actually, maybe when we have money or when Two Strangers One Podcast goes national.
When we go to space.
Our science consultant Mujiga, and then. Because I'm like the nerd, but she's like more of the hard evidence kind of person, you know what I'm saying? So what's the deal with these freaking meteors?
Oh yeah, wasn't there another one?
Another one kind of passed us.
Why are there so many, Mujige? What's going on?
Yeah, and then the dinosaurs probably said hey, maybe we should do something about these meteors. Too late.
Oopsie, too late.
Okay, and also with in the past week alone, of course, looking at the map, because our website breaks down the map, we had downloads in Turkey.
All right.
And Dominican Republic.
That's right. Malaboom boom.
So that is just fucking awesome.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you to whoever's listening to us in other countries now.
Thank you, whoever you are.
It was so. Turkey and Dominican Republic, two
random.
Far ends of the spectrum, and thank you for listening, guys.
Yes.
It was super awesome, but it's so funny because obviously it says United States, and that's that's a big one, and then you see Dominican Republic, Turkey. So we love you guys.
Yes.
Thank you.
Keep coming.
Gracias. I don't know how do you say Turkey. Turkey is, I don't know. I gotta figure out how to say.
We're gonna go international. We're gonna be trilingual.
We're gonna be, Dos Strangers, Uno Podcast. Muego! Don's pills.
Yep. So that's it. We're going international.
Because I remember when I was growing up, my grandfather used to listen. Well, he used to listen to the radio all the time, and the Spanish commercials, because they would advertise stuff that would be they're speaking Spanish until they get to the actual name of the product.
Right.
Don's pills.
Yeah. And it's always the switch of the tone too.
Yeah. Don's pills. And then there was Pepto-Bismol, diarrhea. So there was these old commercials, and I guess people from New York could Spanish people, if you watch Spanish TV in the 80s, there was a store called Tops of the Bronx.
Okay.
And Tops of the Bronx was basically like a supermarket. It was like a local thing where, but it was particularly known because they had the best meat. Cause it was straight from the butchers, the carnicerias, the butcher places where and I don't know if I'm pretty sure I said in that past episode, I went to the places where they cut the fucking chicken's neck right in front of you. So they had rabbits and fucking, all type,
I just want to eat it. I don't want to see it.
Yeah, it was all, but I mean, so it's fresh, what I'm saying? They kill the fucking animal right in front of you. So, Tops of the Bronx was known to have the best meat and stuff like that. But they had the most outlandish commercials. The guy had a doctor's jacket, a white
butcher coat, or
well, actually, yeah. Now that I think of it, could have been a butcher coat.
Chris,
but I mean,
the white coat.
Yeah, I mean, and I didn't mean that in a bad way. I guess unless you're against eating meat, but I'm just saying is they had the best meat. But okay, he had a rainbow wig, big thick nerdy glasses, a white coat. This guy went to a novelty store and just grabbed everything.
Just grabbed whatever the cheapest shit he could.
He had Now the funniest thing is he had a little pig, like a toy rubber pig or whatever on his shoulder. I guess like people would have like a parrot on their shoulder,
right.
And he had a big bone in his hand, like a big like thigh bone. But I mean, but like fake, plasticky.
Yeah. Your femur, holding your femur.
Yeah, but even bigger than a normal femur. Like, and so you say, top to the Bronx, Benaki. Please come over here, Benaki.
And got your attention, I guess.
Oh, when I was
a kid. It was probably the cheapest commercial, but he got the most business out of it.
And I still remember it to this day, 30 years later. Top to the Bronx, Benaki. Oh my God. So it was just...
Well, it's like that, a couple of years ago, Miller High Life, the beer, they forget how, they spent like the least amount of money on a Super Bowl commercial, because, people spend like millions of dollars for the commercial, so they're like, okay, we're gonna spend, they might have spent $1 million, and sadly that's probably the cheapest, $1 million for a spot.
Only $1 million.
Yeah, only $1 million for a spot during the Super Bowl. And they're like, but we're gonna make it like a 30-second commercial, and you're gonna remember it. Mm-hmm. So, and to this day I remember it. All it was like, this big black guy, they're in like the factory. You see like the Miller High Life boxes all around. And all it was him, he just lifted both hands and he said, Miller High Life. That was it. That was the commercial.
Was it an actor? Was it trying to look like it was like realistically like a person who worked at the...
It might have honestly been a guy that worked there. It was not an actor that I know. It was just like this big guy, and it was 30 seconds long.
Okay.
If that. He's
just like, I mean, like...
Miller High Life. And that was it. And then like they did like their logo. That was the commercial that they spent $1 million on.
Oh, I missed that.
Because it was so ridiculous.
That's so funny.
It was so ridiculous. It was just like, Miller High Life. All right. It works for me. So it's like one of those. You do like the cheapest, put it on the Super Bowl. That's it.
You're gonna need a Two Strangers One Podcast Super Bowl commercial.
Miller High Life.
Start a Kickstarter.
It was so ridiculous. I was just like, wow, it worked. Worked for me.
A big fat guy.
Oh, it was so funny.
Two Strangers One Podcast. Oh man.
You listen. Two Strangers One Podcast.
Okay, so recently, like I said, with the move, I don't have internet. I mean, I have internet on my phone, but I really can't do what I want to do. I've stopped stalking the Panera Bread people. I've actually, discovered the library.
Yay!
Holy shit! And I'm so glad that you recommended to me up here in Rochester. There's the Grease Library.
They revamped it a few years ago. It's still relatively
gorgeous.
new.
It's gorgeous. Now I'm used to ghetto areas and ghetto libraries and going to
computer shared by 30.
Oh yeah. Let me tell you, the Grease Library, they got their fucking act together. Now it is funny to go sit down at one of the stations, because the stations hold about 6 computers, like in a little cluster.
Yeah, in a little circle.
And it's me and old people.
Oh.
I mean, I was there the other day.
Something to do, I guess.
I was there with like kind of like 2 douchebag kids were kind of next to me. Like I don't know if they were trying to like. It looked like they were trying to pull a prank or something like that. Like dude, and like I think they were going like on Groupon or something like that. Like I think they wanted to like print up like a
bunch of
stupid coupons as a joke on somebody or something. I don't, because they're like, and they're sitting next to each other. Because I usually bring my headphones with me, so I can I'm listening to music or podcasts or our podcast or whatever the case may be, and also I forgot to mention to people, Chris's Hidden Metal Show coming back strong, coming back hard,
better than ever, yo.
We're having March Madness every Sunday in March, and we've already had 2 already. But we got another 3. This is one of those 5-week months.
Yep.
Every Sunday in March, and actually as of right now, also scheduled for the first Sunday in April, there will be not new, I guess unless you already heard it before, a new Chris's Hidden Metal Show every Sunday. Enough metal to get you through the week. There's always crazy themes. I had to delete the first 2 episodes because we ran out of space, but episode 3 was comic books and superheroes. Episode 4 was called Fuck Shit Up.
Sounds about right.
We got a couple more coming up. We got Road Rage. We got Black Friday, which is all African American artists. And I recently just did a new episode, Chris's Hidden Metal Show, which I call Douchebags.
Nice.
So every Sunday in March Madness, a brand new episode of Chris's Hidden Metal Show. So if you like metal, and even if you don't like metal, just check it out. Maybe you'll find something that you like. And I'm putting a new one together. I'm going to the library and those computers are so nice. I mean, not that they're fantastic, wonderful, great computers.
But they're decent for like.
I mean, they're Vista machines, if I'm not mistaken. I don't even think they're Windows 7 yet, but they perform decently. I mean, they're on a server, so the good thing is that like all the crazy alterations that I do gets reset when we're all done. But I got to give a big, huge thank you to the Greece Public Library for letting me letting me go there. Well, not letting me. I guess anyone with a library card can go. But I've been having a blast. Now that being said, you only get allotted 2 hours a day on the computer, and I'm the kind of person I live in front of. I could sit, back when I actually had internet
2 hours
access.
Is like 2 minutes.
Yeah, 2 hours is nothing, And that's the whole thing. Is like I'm just getting started, and it's like you have 5 minutes left. There's a little counter on your screen.
Yeah, the counter. I like that.
So what it does is
the end of the world.
After your 2 hours, you're locked out. You can't log in for the rest of the day. So I'm on my way back to where I'm staying, and I have to go through the city, and so I put in my GPS in another local library. And, GPS
hit up all the libraries.
GPS being the way it is took me to the one in the Ghetto. Let me tell you, this machine was like, I think it was like Windows 2000. It was like this ancient screen, and I'm not even kidding. I think it wasn't even XP. It had to be like Windows Millennium Edition.
I'm not even.
Yeah, and
Donate computer.
I plugged in my headphones. Headphones didn't work. I was trying to look on websites like the Flash, what they call Adobe Flash.
Couldn't even
download the plugin and all this stuff. So, oh my God, it was such a night and day.
I was gonna say two opposites.
Yeah, oh my God, it was because the one in Greece, gorgeous, and I said, okay, let me just. So maybe it might have been just that particular one. I mean, it was a library in the Ghetto. But oh my God, it was so different.
Different.
Now let me tell you, had I gone to the Ghetto library first, I would have been turned off. I would have just said, "Look, fuck it, I'll keep uploading from my car, stalking the people outside Panera Bread." But
love you, Panera.
Thank you. But no. There's, not that there's anything wrong with Panera. I mean, I guess if I ever want to get the bowl,
bread bowl soup,
the bread bowl soup, I could go bring my phone and turn on my Wi-Fi because I got a better signal than Starbucks. And not that there's anything wrong with Dunkin' Donuts, but you kind of like Dunkin' Donuts is connected to the Walmart. It's a long story, but So like I said, discovering the library, it's a wonderful,
life-changing.
Oh my God, and it's like, cause even, not to speak my business, but I see a therapist and I go to and he goes, you do the podcast, and the podcast has been keeping me sane, keeping me off the streets. I mean, not really keeping me.
People. You're keeping Chris sane.
Not totally keeping me out of trouble, but I get in a little trouble. That's only when I get pushed.
You're saving the people of Rochester, listeners.
What it is like to get up, take a shower, drive 20 minutes to the library. I mean, there's ones closer, but the Greece library is so nice. It's like going to It's like going to work. You know what I'm saying? It's like I have a 2-hour job every day. And trust me, I'm like...
Chris, a 2-hour job.
I am busy those whole 2 hours. Like, it's not like I'm sitting there staring at the screen. I'm like,
right.
I'm rocking and rolling.
It all in 2 hours.
I got a bunch of tabs open. I'm downloading Audacity because we record this. We use Audacity for this show. I download Audacity to the computer. I'm downloading easy YouTube downloader so I can download music off of YouTube. And the funny thing to take a shot, is these computers, just for bandwidth and making sure people don't watch dirty stuff, you technically can't watch YouTube videos on those computers, but there's a bit of a workaround. I sign into my Google account and then use Gmail through there, but even then I can't watch the videos, but if it's the songs that I know I like, then I just download the songs off of YouTube. So I got the whole Ghetto set up.
I wonder if you could... you could run a computer for a day or something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just waiting for my tax return so I can.
Yeah.
Then I can have
2 hours. I'd be like, fuck. If I was in the middle of something, I'd be like, kick it.
And there's there is that kind of like heart pumping toward the end. Like I got 6 minutes left. And
sweat. Adrenaline pumping.
Clip the red wire or the green wire? Red wire or the green wire?
You give somebody a countdown, it is crazy at the end.
Oh, yeah.
No matter what you're doing.
And you're like, you're prioritizing, like, shit, okay, I can't, fuck it, I'll email her tomorrow, I
don't know.
I gotta finish downloading this fucking song, So.
It gets stressful.
Yeah. But,
It was a heart attack at the
for
library.
the time being, but that shows you the love, I love doing this.
For the show.
And it's getting me so hyped up and everything. everything like that. So, that being said, I want to thank the Greece Public Library.
Greece Public Library.
So if you're ever in the Greece, for people in Rochester, if you're ever in the Greece Public Library and you see me there with my headphones and
that's just Chris.
Come stand by, stay high, because we're gonna have to start.
Don't waste
people.
his time.
Oh yeah, don't look at my counter. When it gets closer to the end, then you can stop by.
Don't waste his time.
Because there was actually, this is gonna sound really fucked up. There was like a woman that looked like she had trouble, and I could have easily went over there and helped her. But I was like, fuck that. I got 45 minutes
People are
left.
selfish when they're on the clock.
Go grab a librarian, unless you can.
Go grab a librarian.
Unless you want to give me your number, your library card when you're done, because you're only going to be here for a couple minutes. If you want to invest some time in me, then you get your card number and last name. So when I'm done with my 2 hours, I can type in yours again. But and
swapping hours.
And let me tell you, because out of responsibility, I have my stepson's library card, but his expired because now I guess they make you renew it every year now. So
the library's strict on IDs.
I don't know if it's a Monroe County thing, but trust me, I tried. I was over with. My time was over with, and I'm like, and because I actually carry.
Chris has all these IDs.
I carry 2 wallets. I have one wallet with like everything that I need. That's like my real wallet, like driver's license and like my one debit card, and then my other wallet is like your Rite Aid card and your Subway card. You're
gonna get arrested for false.
You know what I used today?
For impersonating people at the library.
No, but it's all my cards. But it's all like your Subway card, Dunkin' Donuts card, Rite Aid card, all the shit that you don't need, because if you put that in your regular wallet, you have this fucking lump in your pocket, and it's like like when you drive 6 hours to New York City and you have like an uneven ass,
fucks up your back.
They do say that wallets can fuck up your spine if you're sitting the wrong way. I guess it's different in bucket seats or whatever, but I need a bucket seat. I like my little my other, well, not that it was really a bucket seat, but the chair that I used to record in our shows, it's kind of like a bucket seat, So, I mean, I don't know, because men and women are different, obviously. Okay,
just a little bit.
When a man gets an erection, blood rushes to his penis, and so I've noticed, and maybe it's just me, or maybe I don't think because I am a pervert. No, if you're in a bucket seat for a while,
you get an erection,
you'll get a hard on for no reason. Like,
really?
If you're in a car for a long time,
road trips. Just men to get erections.
I know it's
maybe it's just because all the blood's settling down.
Yeah,
there.
Guys got to back me up on this. Sometimes
is that true, man?
And it's not like I'm
road
doing
trips,
anything wrong or thinking anything wrong. I think if you're sitting in a bucket seat for a while, you'll get a hard on. It's the same. It's like when you wake up with a hard on. You know what I'm saying? There's no, guys just have a hard on just from waking up. It's part of just.
It's always hard. That thing can never go down.
It wakes up before you do.
It's always up in salute.
But it sucks trying to take a piss when you get a hard on in the morning. But
sorry that's hard for you.
But no women, because when women get aroused, blood rushes to their vagina.
I don't know.
No woman ever, I guess, sitting doesn't.
I haven't experienced that where suddenly I'm suddenly aroused. Like, ooh.
Well, I don't know. It's so weird because
this feels good.
Obviously, guys, when you wake up with a hard on, it's not like you're dreaming about sex every night. I mean, maybe you are. Maybe you are, and you just don't remember it. But
No, I can't. I mean, I've driven to New York City plenty of times. I don't recall a time where
getting all hot and
I
bothered.
was like, ooh, I need to pull over.
You're riding the sides of the highway that are kind of bumpy. You're driving that on purpose.
Go over this road. Let me reverse that.
What's wrong with this lady? She keeps driving the freaking.
Leave me alone for a minute. Need a cigarette after? No, I can't. You have a craving for a cigarette?
I don't know. Maybe
maybe that's just more prone to guys.
Probably just a guy thing. I don't know.
Usually it is.
Well, I remember when you were a kid, and even before. I guess even I don't want to think not puberty, but even you're 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, it can get hard.
You'll be sitting in class.
It's natural.
Get a hard on for no reason, and maybe
they say even when males are breastfeeding, it's just natural. It can get.
Wait, when males are breastfeeding?
You're a baby, a boy baby breastfeeding.
A boy baby can get a hard on?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It gets harder.
Oh, wow. I didn't, I've never, I just have my daughter. I didn't know. Yeah, that's wow.
Yeah, and even growing, it just happens.
It just happens.
It's not like you're an innocent kid. You're not thinking that way.
Yeah.
But it's just.
Yeah, because when you're sitting in class, and I have vivid memories of you get a hard on, you're you don't know what the fuck's going on. You're confused. You're you just don't want the teacher to make you stand up, or sometimes
gym shorts where you can see.
And you're pushing down on it. You're putting your palm. The guys, that's what guys do. You take your palm and you push down. Go away, go away, go away. but enough hard-on talk.
This is a hard topic.
You can never have enough hard-on talk.
That's right.
Damn it.
This is a hard-hitting topic.
So, I think we're going to wrap it up because we are just hitting the hour mark right now, and that's without even the commercials in the middle. So, please visit twostrangersonepodcast.com, where I've actually set it up where we have the links back. So, it took
Check
me
out the links.
because I was without a computer, so I've been lost.
Link Central.
Link Central. First and foremost, you could check out our eBay page. I am right now I'm selling, it sounds goofy, VHS tapes. But come on, give it a try. Do you want to, if you're a collector, wouldn't you want the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre on VHS just to have it, just as being a collector's item? Just stuff like that. I've been, right now I have, Better Off Dead, Dodgeball, Tron,
Wing Commander?
Wing Commander. Well, I'm watching Wing Commander right now, but I guess by the time this episode comes out, maybe Wing Commander.
Night at the Roxbury.
Night
Lost
at the Roxbury.
in Space.
Lost in Space. I mean, because it's part of these VHSs that I had for a while, and I don't want to get rid of them. And it's all crazy nerdy movies. But if you want to support the show, people are like, oh, I love your show. How can I support? Buy something. And it's not like we're asking money for free. You're getting something in return. Hey, you have a VHS. It's funny. Walk around with a Better Off Dead VHS. Give it to that quirky hipster friend of yours who likes all these ironic stuff. Hey, look, I got you Better Off Dead on VHS. All the money goes to support the show. You can also please like us on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/twostrangersonePodcast. Please like us if there's any particular episode that you like. If you like the show in general, you can like the page. When you like the page, it's supposed to give you all the updates. Unfortunately, not the whole audience gets it. The more interaction there is on the page, the more people actually get the updates, and that's just how Facebook works. It's not our policy. And whenever new episodes come out, I put them out there. They get posted onto the page. Like us, share us with your friends. Let them know about the party we're having over here. If you're new to Two Strangers One Podcast, if maybe I spammed you or something like that,
welcome.
You can go to twostrangersonepodcast.com and download all our episodes. I mean, we are technically at episode 100, even though it's our unofficial 100. So that means damn near 4 days of free entertainment. You can sit there and listen to us for 4 days. Just drink a whole lot of coffee and stay up, and then
drink that Malibu rum.
And go into a fucking psychotic episode because you haven't slept in 4 days. But
that's okay.
If you 24, look, if you're, and I'll get into that in another episode. If you're driving cross country or something like that, you could listen to a whole bunch of episodes. Even if you have a cheapy MP3 player, download them to your cheapy phone, or I'd love to say your phone is cheap, but I lost my train of thought. But you could download our episodes, or if you have an iPhone, iPad, iPod, or any of the wonderful iDevices, you can go to iTunes. Go to the iTunes store in the upper right corner, click the podcast tab. When you're in the podcast tab, search for Two Strangers One Podcast. You'll see the name Chris and Kristen, Two Strangers One Podcast. You'll see our wonderful, beautiful, patriotic red, white, and blue God Bless America logo. And to our friends in Turkey and Dominican Republic, we love you guys too. You can download.
We don't discriminate.
With that, you could also download all our episodes on iTunes if you want to save them on your phone. And actually, our numbers have kind of popped up a lot recently because we've been getting new fans.
Thank you.
And then those fans go back and download
all
the episodes. So
welcome.
There's certain days where our numbers are fantastic, and it's like, you have 200 downloads. I'm like, yeah, in just a day. And it's because we have one or two new fans that go back and download all the episodes. I'm assuming it's probably easiest on the iPad or iPod or whatever, iPhone, because you could just subscribe or whatever and then just click or whatever. If you don't have an iPhone, iPad, iPod, you have an Android device, now the newer devices, everyone allegedly is getting a tablet now, and you have an Android tablet, you could subscribe to us on Stitcher. STITCHER. The people are so wonderful and awesome, and dealing with them, they're super duper cool. It's what I use when I listen to podcasts. So once again, STITCHER, which is technically also available for the iPod. They're also available on the iOS system. What else? I think I might have covered it all. And also Stitcher.
Your girlfriend.
Just like just like iTunes, I mean, any podcast worth listening to, Chris Hardwick's The Nerdist, Kevin Smith's Smodcast, and of course our buddies Live and Lame on the West Coast. You can check out their website, Live and Lame Podcast and Entertainment, where you find links for all their shows. You got The Breakdown, which, like I mentioned earlier, every Sunday in March Madness, you get to download brand new episodes of Chris's Hidden Metal Show. So The Breakdown is their music podcast, but for the time being, there's Chris's Hidden Metal Show on The Breakdown podcast for the next couple of weeks. There's The Real Chat, which is their podcast about television shows, movies, all the forms of entertainment. But they recently just did an episode where they sit there and they talk like pretty much 45 minutes about like J.J. Abrams doing the Star Wars, the new Star Wars movies. Mm-hmm. And it is interesting. Of course, me being a Star Wars nerd, like, I just wanted to, like, no, this is what's going on. No, that, you know. But
don't mess it up.
But it is entertaining. But yeah, I think they spent like an hour between like just Star Wars and Star Trek and the new Spider-Man coming out, the next Spider-Man. But it's a good show. So check it out. Real Chat. The Fox Den just had a brand new episode, which is surprising because I thought the Fox Den was going in hiatus. I think maybe they had a backlog. They must have had a backlogged episode, or maybe you know
they heard you bitching about it.
They're back on their feet. So there's a new episode about the Fox Den if you like neurology, astrology, nature,
stars, bunch of stars,
and the Big Daddy that started it all. One of my favorite podcasts, and I'm not even just saying that. Of course, you got to tell the guys in the background to shut the fuck up when other people are talking. The people who are talking to the microphones, the people who aren't talking to the microphones, tell them to shut the fuck up. But, but one of my favorite podcasts, after Smodcast and Nerdist, Live and Lame Podcast Entertainment. The Big Daddy started it all. Live and Lame. They do a weekly show, comes out on Mondays. As of right now, I mean, they got new equipment. They're getting even more new equipment, so they're stepping up their game. So, it's just all the love going around the Live and Lame Podcast Network, and that includes us. So we're the East Coast faction of the Lames. So that's about it. Thank you guys for listening. To all the new listeners, welcome. Thank you for enjoying our show. Keep coming back. We have a lot more planned for you guys. You know, who knows? Maybe we'll start getting our roller derbies up. I'm putting out more lures in the water, trying to grab some more people to keep you guys entertained. Hopefully, we're entertaining you enough at our regular home shows. So we certainly hope you enjoyed listening and had as much fun as we did recording. Thank you for listening to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kristen.
Don't be a stranger.
See ya. Bye.
All right, here we go, man. Go ahead. You want to read
Double Jackpot.
What is it?
It is a self-published book by Christopher Cologne.
Chris Cologne? Smells good to me.
But
look at her. That broke that fucking cold little exterior. He's like, hee.
But it is spelled Colon.
Him punny.
But Double Jackpot is a book about a comic book artist, Eric, who is in a loveless relationship with a materialistic
I feel you, Eric.
Lynette.
Oh, fucking. Are you sure I didn't write this? Sounds hauntingly familiar.
He starts cheating on his girlfriend with a more creatively supportive woman, Nadia.
Well, I gotta meet her. Where's the Nadia?
There's your summer girlfriend.
Summer Nadia is Nadia.
Nadia?
Yeah, I think Nadia is spelled with an A.
All right.
Both Lynette and Nadia play the double jackpot, the largest payout in lotto history, much like the recent Powerball. Both girls play his birth date as the winning numbers. Eric is now stuck between two of the country's richest women. Who will he choose? It's not that simple. This is a clever fucking idea, man.
Is.
Look at her, fucking. She's impressed.
I am.
She got some summer reading. Christopher Cologne smells real lovely with an original idea. This is. I've never heard this before.
I haven't either. This is a self-published book, much in the indie spirit as Kev's Clerks.
Oh, you don't even need to name check me. This is just a good idea. You could stand on your own, man. You don't even have to be like, hey, remember Clerks? This is nothing like that. This is way more original than Clerks. This is a good idea, man. Why didn't I think of this?
I need something to read. This book is part of the Comic Books, Heavy Metal, Video Games Trilogy Book 2. Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, coming soon.
Right on, man. It's part of a trilogy. This is the first part.
Way to write, man.
He's seeking a literary agent. Motherfuckers, anybody out there? There ain't no literary agents listening to this show, I assure you, sure. I assure you, sure. But somebody know a literary agent? Hook a motherfucker up. Chris Cologne come up with an original idea. I should tell Raskin. That's a good fucking idea, to be honest with you. That's a fucking rom-com right there. Megan, get Raskin on the phone. Isn't it possible to get Raskin on the phone? No?
Yeah.
I want to run it past him, man. I want to, and if it happens, I get a taste, Chris Cologne. I get a whiff, if you will.
The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com.
That's lulu.com.
I understand that. I just want to spell it out.
Normally one says it, that spells it. Still, lulu.com. What is that? Do you know what it is?
I don't know. All right. The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com. Search for Double Jackpot Christopher Cologne. A paperback version of the book is $15 and a PDF file is only $5.
$5 is
Yeah.
insanely inexpensive. 15's not even that bad for a paperback version.
No.
This is $1 million idea right here. Like a movie about a dude who fucking is stuck between two chicks, both of who play his birthday and win the lottery. Come on! I can see that trailer. Chris Cologne is on to something. Nobody else can smell it but me.
I'll read it.
Thank you. I'm going to make that smelly joke.
I know. You're trying to get me to laugh again.
It worked once. Double Jackpot is a self-published book by Chris Cologne, man. It's the first book in his comic books, heavy metal, video games trilogy. Book 2, Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, should be coming out soon. Get all the information at Chris Cologne, like a motherfucker.
I will
his
totally
book,
read this.
Double Jackpot. I'm serious. I'm going to recommend that to fucking Raskin. How is that not a movie? You know what I'm saying? This could be a sexy movie. You could do an R-rated version. There could be nudie in it, and you could sell them fucking both chicks. Maybe a little penetration. Maybe a butthole shot. No butthole, no care.
I would like to formally apologize to Christopher Cologne right now.
No, sex sells. Chris Cologne will appreciate that. He's like, thanks for throwing a few buttholes in there, man.
Don't forget to check out twostrangersonepodcast.net, your one-stop resource for everything show-related. You can find links to subscribe to us on iTunes or on Stitcher. You could also find links to buy my book, Double Jackpot, on twostrangersonepodcast.net.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.
Was Search Engine Improv, and there was a Cactopus was the name. Like there's different groups.
And Cactopus is one of them?
I don't know if it's like Cactopus. Like I don't know if it's supposed to be a mixture of cactus and octopus.
Probably.
Or, so it's Cactopus.
Usually what happens with the scenes, or when they come up with names, is like they remember something ridiculous that they came up with in a scene.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm sure Cactopus suddenly came out of something. Yeah. They're like, we gotta use that as a name.
There was Cactopus, Two Fat Women.
Nice.
I believe the name. So they go at the end of the show, they go, when you go home.
Is it two guys too? That would be great.
And it's all guys. There's no women in the women in the group at all. It's three guys. And, so, they're like, when you
Not
go home.
even two guys. Three guys. There's no women.
And they're like, go on Facebook and like Two Fat Women.
That's awesome.
Any two fat women will do.
Yeah.
But Two Fat Women, Cactopus, and there was another group there, and they were like the 5-pointed something. I forgot the name. I'm sorry guys. But I do have to say that. And then Law's guys came out, so the Search Engine Improv, and I had a fantastic time. The show was
Law's good. He's a good teacher, and he's good at what he does.
Yeah, it was a 2-hour show.
Entertaining.
It was a 2-hour show. They had a thing because now, of course, it being opening night, everyone in the audience, pretty much everyone there, is in the Rochester Improv.
Yeah. Usually a big network thing.
Yeah. So what happened was they did have a part at the end where people could put their name in a hat and come up on stage. Cool. Of course, I had to throw my name in a bag.
Who would have thought? Chris probably put it in 10 times, right on top.
The ham that I am, but it was only $5 to get in.
Yeah.
So it was a great show. So
that's who we're working with to set up our StrangerCon. Bunch of cool people put on great shows. So we're in the beginnings of it, of talking and ideas and.
And they set it up nice. They really did. Because I only helped out Law for like an afternoon taking stuff down. But they have it floor to ceiling. It's a black box theater. It's painted black. They got everything. It seats about 60 people. The sound system was fucking incredible because they were blasting. Of course, I don't know. I mean, I guess you have to keep it kind of like sort of middle of the road. So they were blasting like 80s music, like how does it feel? and so it was. Great sound system. I mean, I don't know if that really counts for an improv show. The sound system
you don't want anything to be
they are renting
crackling
out, they are renting out the space. So, just letting people know that, and then I had asked because I was looking around. I wanted to see if there was a projector there because I have a projector. So I was playing with the idea maybe we could barter some dates. Like maybe if I give Law the projector and say, hey, look, when you're broke, you have to make what you got to make do. So I was like, if I give him the projector, maybe he'll let us have a couple of dates. And then he's like, no, I already got a projector. I'm like, okay.
Damn, that was that idea.
Well, I mean,
what else can I give you?
And the good thing is we have a projector, so maybe we could have stuff going on during StrangerCon. We're gonna need a couple of volunteers because we need someone to work the door. We need someone.
And I'm sure
we need an unofficial security we need not like a bouncer, but we need
a bouncer. Somebody big.
Or just bring a sledgehammer or something like that. And then also what I'm working on. The reason we pushed it up to the first is that. We're playing with the idea of having my buddies...
your band,
Punk 77 NYC. Look them up, Google them. They're on Facebook. I've seen them live. They do a fantastic show. They are nice and loud. So it's coming out pretty awesome. Not that I don't think, the people that are going to come out to see us generally are like a punk rock audience.
Right.
But, I want...
a show's a show.
I want loud music. I want loud rock, punk, metal, whatever you can get out there. I like loud rock music. I like I like loud guitars. So StrangerCon is slowly coming together. Our Indiegogo site slowly coming together. But it is friggin' awesome. Now, the one thing that I don't want people to do at our show, okay?
There's a list.
We're gonna, because basically, we're playing with the idea. We're still trying to figure the configuration. Maybe we might have a separate area where the music's played and then actually us doing our podcast. We gotta maybe look for another Rochester podcast if they want to come and share it with us or something like that, or hey, maybe throw in a couple bucks and whatever the case may be. And so I was watching this documentary, okay, because now that I don't have cable, I'm stuck watching
into the documentary.
I'm watching all these public PBS channels. There was a documentary about the reggae music scene in Jamaica, like the new modern, and reggae's kind of transformed into dance hall. Dance hall's the new thing. And these guys go up on stage and, don't be wrong. I get...
Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
He is a comic book nerd.
In brightest day and darkest night. We can learn a lot from comics.
She is a reality TV junkie.
No idea.
Snooki had her baby. A dollar makes me holler.
Chris likes sci-fi.
They do a brain transplant into this whole new body, but it's you.
Kristen likes celebrity gossip.
Breaking news.
Oh, more breaking news?
Official. Before it was just a rumor. These two, our pets, moved back in together.
What do they have in common? Nothing. You're listening to Two Strangers, One Podcast.
Now, here's Chris and Kristen.
Well, hello, and welcome to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kristen.
And
we're back.
This is our unofficial.
Yes.
It's unofficial.
It's unofficial.
By the time this comes out, I think this will be episode 92. But this is like
our recording.
Our 100th
recorded episode, not released,
episode,
I guess.
Not counting the interview episodes I did without you.
Yeah, those ones don't count because I wasn't there.
Yeah. So
we're old.
It's a milestone. We had our 50th episode and everything like that, but we've hit a bit of a milestone. Even though the numbers don't match up.
I'm tired.
92, we got a couple in the banks just in case, stuff happens. I got some on my old hard drive that until I get a new laptop.
Maybe someday somebody will hear them. Maybe.
It'll be the lost episodes.
Lost, yeah.
We'll make those or I was thinking because I was telling Kristen, we're gonna start up a new Indiegogo.
It always just reminds me of "Wake me up before you go."
And maybe we could have like exclusive episodes, like
the ones that weren't released,
just for contributors or something like that.
The naughty episodes.
Oh yeah,
explicit.
The real dirty ones.
Yeah,
not ready for prime time.
That's right. That's what you get.
Too hot for podcasting.
Too hot for podcasting. That's what you can earn by donating to Indiegogo.
So we're setting up the Indiegogo site.
Talk dirty to me.
Oh yeah, mm-hmm. That would be a great award, like
talk dirty to me,
like a phone sex podcast
there
or something.
You go.
Like
just do a whole phone sex podcast.
We'll just act out scenes and stuff. I don't know.
God.
Because like when they have like
download transcripts,
pornos that are like imported. They're pornos.
I don't know much about the porno business. Well, like you seem to know something that I don't know.
In the 70s and 80s, I mean, it's 80s
you can totally get like a transcript, like you know, like how. Oh.
Well, I know, like
get like an old porno and just like
dub over it,
yeah.
Like our dubbing of it, because they did that. Like in the 70s and 80s, there were porns that were imported from, like they would get the people, the film of people having sex from other countries.
Okay,
but then they would have American actors dub the voices because when it's always like the vacuum salesman comes to the door. That was
salesman.
I swear to God, I watched.
Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of salesmen out there.
Because I remember
in the porn business.
Sneaking in and like not stealing, borrowing my dad's
not stealing
porno movies. Like when I found his stash,
the VHS,
and it was called the Diamond Collection. And I don't know if I brought this up before, but yeah, and it was all. Now, mind you, I found these probably in the late '80s, but these were definitely from like the early '80s or '70s.
That's what we got to get is an old one like that, and then we tell our listeners to pop one in, pop the
the Diamond Collection.
Run out there and get the Diamond Collection, and then we just do the voices.
Yeah.
Like
or maybe like a YouTube
like mystery
video.
What is it? Mystery
Science Theater.
Yeah, like that.
Like,
or you could do a YouTube.
If we do a YouTube video and edit out anything that they couldn't show on YouTube,
right.
But you could show heads bobbing up and down, and
just can't show what they're bobbing on.
And
that's what we should do. Do a nice little episode like that. Just do the
and I think there's a thing on YouTube where you can have a password to look at it, or at least verify that you're over 18.
Yeah, I think usually when you make like a profile, which I made one years ago, and then I never did anything with it, so we could probably use mine. You have to verify that you're over, and
you get
so I can. So my first video that I upload on my account will be some porno that we're dubbing over.
Well, the good thing is you had the account for a while, so it's not
so it's legit. It's not like I got in trouble.
If you just made an account and then put up something dirty, they would say you're an opportunist.
I forget why I made, I don't know. But I was like, okay, I'll make one, and then, I never looked at it again. I never logged in again.
Well, nowadays, if you have a Gmail account, that automatically gives you a YouTube account. That's I
have a Gmail, all right, we'll get that started.
If you sign in on
is it
Google
just
Plus
the same?
Or whatever,
No,
you may have had an account before, and you could link the old account to the new account. But if you have a Gmail account now, Google's just owning the fucking planet
Google
right now.
runs shit.
You're automatically signed up for a YouTube account.
Was it just the same username and password as
is your Gmail account?
Yeah. Oh, that's convenient.
It's your Google because they want to own you. They want to own everything. Dance hall if you're dancing. And because the music, let's be real here, it's kind of repetitive. It's all synthesized beats and So the funny thing is, take a shot. When people perform dance hall in reggae, they'll literally only perform the first minute and a half of the song, and then they'll stop.
And then what? They go to the next one.
Then it's more about pumping up the crowd.
So instead of dragging out the song,
instead of dragging along that big long repetitive, dun 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 dun.
So almost like a live DJ.
Yeah,
and that's the whole thing. Mix it, keep
they
going.
Literally had. Now, mind you, it's Jamaica, so these shows literally go till the sun rises.
So I'm talking about. Do they drink the Malibu Boom?
It was
this commercial.
The Malibu Boom. Hey there.
Jamaica just has free Malibu. They just gave it to them for the commercials.
You got to shake it. And so literally, the actual bands, as in musicians and people who come up with instruments, didn't even hit the stage till 2:00 in the morning. Now, mind you, the show started at 10 or 11. And it's all hype men. It's all
for that long?
Yeah, it's 4 hours of guys hyping up the crowd.
So the show is just hype men. I'd be exhausted if I
and what I don't understand
I'm doing a 12-hour show today.
It's I would assume in Jamaica, probably huge, gigantic clouds of marijuana.
Oh, everybody's just
but
would you be exhausted?
And then these guys go up on stage because
I'd be exhausted. I'd be giggling. I'm terrible with this. I'd be
And Jamaica's also known for its rum.
Malibu. Right, like their rum.
And Bacardi has when I was a kid, every trip my father took us to, always ended up in some brewery or liquor development place, whatever. So, Bacardi has a place out there. In Malibu, when I drink rum, when I used to drink and I drank rum and smoke weed, that shit mellows me out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But they're going to...
But the people on stage going crazy. Now, the trend is, and this is something that I do not want people to be doing at StrangerCon.
Don't do this.
The trend is to carry in with you at a big live show an aerosol can and your lighter.
So we're just torching? People up in the air.
Who have, I don't know if it's probably hairspray, underarm deodorant, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And they flick it on. And now, mind you, you're looking, now they're going from the band's point of view looking out to the crowd.
Okay.
And there are literally hundreds, there's thousands of people there, hundreds of people
doing this up in the air?
Spraying it left and right like in a half circle.
That is just
That's how
asking
they celebrate.
For danger.
Yeah. When you got
somebody's on fire, the place is on fire. We have enough trouble with the pyro stuff, going off. Now you're bringing in your own.
Yeah, these are
rum and
right. You're all lifted up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So if you want to do that, you're out. You're kicked out of StrangerCon.
So no bringing in of aerosol cans.
Yes.
If you have an aerosol can, you'll be
your
turned
own
away at the door.
Blowtorch, basically.
And there are people now.
Has there been cases of incidents? There's got to be. Or Jamaicans that careful?
I don't know. You can't have intoxicants
people,
plus aerosol cans plus lighters. People
plus hype men getting people hyped.
It was.
That's just spelling disaster.
And I've done that as a kid with the cans get warm. Saying nowadays cans have plastic on them. The plastic can melt. I think it'll melt.
Into that.
I think they're actually nowadays. I think they develop stuff to kind of break down before it gets to the point of blowing up.
Yeah, point of a hand bomb, just going off.
But it was just that being said,
I'm not into that. Americans don't.
That's fucking awesome.
Oh, I'm sure it looks awesome from on stage.
And I'm I gotta be the first person at a metal show to fucking do a my own.
Your ass will get tackled so fast.
Oh yeah, I know I get kicked out of a show. Maybe I'll save it to the end.
Yeah, you gotta do it right at the end for the finale.
But it looks so cool. It looks
and you're you'll fumble it or something, and it was all these people on fire, and you're I'm sorry. The Jamaicans do it.
You want to talk about mosh pits?
Yeah.
Come on, motherfucker!
Everybody, run! Everybody's just on fire. They're supposed to stop and roll, and they're just going in the mosh pit on fire.
So you heard it here first, people. Before that trend comes into the fucking United States, because it's gonna come here. I guarantee you, it's gonna hit the United States. Because reggae,
on our Malibu boom,
reggae and dance hall and all of that kind of. Well, and now, in the United States, we have reggaeton, which is the Spanish reggae. Reggaeton!
There it is. That's what makes it different.
Whatever. So, I'm always here dancing before when I was singing it. So, reggae has an influence on hip-hop. And that being reggae from Jamaica.
I don't mind them doing the blowtorch at a Kanye concert, and then suddenly the stage goes up in flames, and his skirt is caught on fire. I don't mind things like that.
Mm-hmm. But
it's going to come over here eventually. Somebody's going to do it.
Someone's going to do it.
And our dumbasses, we're not going to do it not to be distracted by, it's going to sell. It's not going to be a flop.
There was a time where people said, I don't need a computer in the house. Who needs a computer in the house?
See, I'm going to be that old person. I don't need those glasses.
I don't need the glasses. What's wrong with the screen and the keyboard? I don't like that voice control. Yeah, we're already starting to become the dinosaur.
I feel like I'd just be way too distracted. Look at that shop that is 20 yards away.
And they were talking about...
break my glasses.
Well, I'm pretty sure the phone would probably have a GPS, so if you're moving at the time or something like that, it'll probably
I'm sure it's...
give you the limited version. Yeah. But it's supposed to be I need to find an ATM machine. And so, it'll tell you, you'll see a big arrow, pointing around the corner, using what you're looking at. It's crazy, It's fantastic, but also terrifying at the same time.
Yeah, we are... Now it's going to become, where the younger generation is going to be so lazy, not know how to get from here to there.
Everything's going to be Google
everything.
Glasses.
They don't know where to go. If they lose their Google Glasses, they're lost. They cannot leave the house. I have no idea where to go.
And then, of course, they're going to want, the Oakley Google Glasses.
Oh, yeah. You can't just have the original.
Yeah. What's wrong with the regular ones? I'm not going to wear the regular ones.
Look how stupid those look.
I have to have the Lil Wayne signature series.
Who has the headphones?
The Dre Beats and stuff like
that.
Yeah,
I need the Dre Beats ones.
Long story short, I was this morning.
You're getting your Dre Beats.
I was here in Rochester. I was in the DSS building this morning. I don't want to get into my business, but I was in the DSS building. Basically the welfare.
What did people show up with their Escalades and Dre Beats, but have to go get their stuff? Yeah.
There was a girl with Dre Beats on, but then apparently she messed them up because she had Scotch tape on them. Like
those are people you just want to laugh at.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, call me a nerd. Put like they were black. Put some electrical tape. Do something. Hit it up.
Tape.
Fucking Scotch tape. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you're gonna spend all this money, and first and foremost, fucking Dre Beats cost like $160.
Yeah, they're not cheap at all.
Those things should be the most durable headphones. I should be able to stand on them.
I wonder what the hell happened.
Drive my fucking car over them. They shouldn't break. But they are nothing. They are kind of flimsy because I sold them in Radio Shack. And honestly,
I think you're paying more for the name.
Yeah, you're paying for the name because I
one of those.
We had them on display and I played with them. I mean, unless Dre Beats wants to. Dre Beats, the official.
If you want to sponsor us, we love your Dre Beats.
Yeah. The two Stranger Beats, but
Stranger Beats.
I would honestly, they were no different.
But that's usually how shoes are.
Yeah.
The $500 pair of shoes. What the fuck am I
It's
paying
a shoe.
for? I'm going to step in dog shit as soon as I leave here.
It's got a red sole.
Yeah, what am I paying for here?
Yeah, so the Dre Beats. So I saw a girl this morning with
Scotch tape. Taped up Dre Beats.
On her Dre Beats.
That's awesome.
And I was I wish, I want to help somebody out like that. It doesn't look. Here's some electrical tape. I mean, I can understand. You want to fix it, but I mean,
let's fix it right.
Like if you were taping a paper together, that kind of Scotch tape, the cheapy.
The Scotch tape.
Scotch tape.
The Scotch tape. Oh my god. That's awesome.
And it's perfect if you're taping paper together. It looks wonderful. If you accidentally rip your notebook page or something, perfect.
That's I think what it's used for.
It's not made for.
I don't think it's used for big
repairing headphones.
Please do not use on Dre Beats.
Yeah. So that was.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome.
So on top of everything else, we're brainstorming before the episode about StrangerCon.
Yes.
And I'm so
we're leaning
excited
towards the June.
Yeah, right now, I know we've been talking about June 15th, but I think we may have to push it up another 2 weeks to June 1st.
Kick off the month of June.
It's going to be a Saturday. Well, I would like it to be a Saturday.
It's going to be a Tuesday.
It's going to be now,
whatever day they give us, I guess.
Tuesday was a cheaper day.
It might be a Tuesday.
Because right now, nothing's set in stone yet because we haven't spent any money yet.
Yeah.
But it's going to be at the new space.
The new space, an improv place.
And if you want to check out the information, the website is The Space Rochester, all one word. And it's for those who know Rochester at all. It's down on Main Street. It's across the street from the AutoZone. It's a place called Greenovation, but they actually have a side entrance. You could park in the parking lot for Greenovation.
They have a side entrance? Did they always have that, or did they put that in? I've only gone through the one main entrance.
Oh, well, I think at one point it was meant to be an emergency exit.
Now they changed it.
But now they've switched it over.
Okay, so they got their own entrance.
They have their own entrance. Now Greenovation is a cool place to check out in general during the day.
They got a lot of cool stuff there.
But I just recently went. I went on Thursday, and I went to go see. It was the first official
opening.
Our friend of the show, Lautarello, he has a show called his improv troupe is called Search Engine Improv. So because what
it's
happens,
convenient, and yet they own you.
Because Gmail,
it's a trade-off.
Because the deal with Gmail is that they scan your emails.
Oh yeah.
And then they send you ads. Because
I'm getting Viagra emails. I'm not sure what I've been looking at, but
I get a lot of my emails are always about self-publishing.
Oh, okay.
When you could pick up my book, Double Jackpot at doublejackpot.us, and so because I write to agents, I'm still looking for an agent. Been a year in this fucking 100 episodes and still haven't found a fucking agent. But yeah, I get a lot of self-publishing, earn money with your book today.
I've gotten some diet stuff, but I don't recall looking at diet websites, so I'm getting random shit now that I think about it. Wall Street Journal's always, and I'm like, when? Just when am I looking at that? Yeah.
I'm talking about chicken stock.
Yeah.
Beef stock. So yeah, that's, so that's the Google Drive, YouTube, Gmail, of course, Google Maps, Google Documents, everything. It's all
Googleized.
They're gonna own you. And I caught a bit of 60 Minutes last night where they were talking to the woman who's like the COO, like the chief operations officer,
the coup.
And she was and she used to work for Facebook, and she's like a gajillionaire. She has more money than you could possibly.
She wipes her ass with like $1,000 bills, and if that exists.
She started this whole tour to empower women to be in business.
Okay,
like follow your dreams, even if it means being a mom and
even if it means being like a scam artist.
And then everyone's like, "Yeah, bitch, you could afford 30. You could afford 30 maids and 30 nannies.
So life is pretty easy for you."
Yeah. Oh, you could follow your dreams. Yeah, it's great to follow your dreams.
And like somebody's back there doing her hair and makeup. Like, yeah, must be nice. Must be nice.
But
shoot for the moon and you'll be among the stars. Right?
And her husband, oh God! And they were interviewing her. Her husband was on an interview also, and I guess he's like her
maid.
No, well, he does. They do say he does housework, but he's also a businessman. Like when the day Facebook got switched over to tradable property when they went on. It was Mark Zuckerberg, this woman, and her husband. Like they're all standing next to each other on Wall Street, ringing the bell. So. These people have more money than God, and it was just like Google, because Google wants to scan books now because they're warning about the copyright issue because they want to have it so like you can buy books off of Google and it's all digitized.
Okay.
Or if you were looking for some sort of reference, it can tell you can find it in this book.
Okay.
Of course, then you go out and actually pay money to buy the book, but there's like
nothing's free.
There is a copyright thing where people are like, well, Google shouldn't have to scan it unless we give permission for Google to scan it.
Okay.
But then Google's like, no, but we'll redirect it towards you. So it's a real legal gray area about
what Google can and cannot.
Because they want to own everything, and it's going to be one day it's going to just be a Google chip
Google.
behind your ear. You push the button behind your ear, and
what did they have? They were making a big deal about. Now I feel like it was. I think I wrote it down, but it was at like the Oscars. They had the glasses. A few people. What was that? Is that Google or
Google's now making glasses?
Yeah,
now.
It was Google, right?
Yeah. Well, there's different ones.
They're like eyeglasses, but like random people were wearing, not like celebrity. Well, I'm sure they're celebrities in their own right. Yeah, yeah, like a seat filler. Like they weren't anybody I knew, and they just showed like these glasses, and it's like you can look up stuff. I didn't really read into it, but it was Google.
Well, basically, like how your phone recognizes your voice.
Okay.
So the screen is projected on the glasses.
Yeah, I did read that part.
And so it's like a heads-up display. So like
it's like virtual reality.
You don't even need a screen. You're and then plus
and then
since
you just
it's so close to your eye,
right?
you can make it. It's like watching a 60-foot screen.
What if I'm walking and trying to look at? I'm like,
well, that's the thing.
They're testing it out.
It's still in the early stage. Now I
feel like that would cause like vision problems.
There's another one that they're talking about that shoots a laser right into your eye. That's the one
I'm like. That shit going on.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
No, that's
leave my eyes alone. I hate that stuff with like needles coming at eyes and a laser. Like I don't like I could never do contacts. I don't like that whole too close. Now you want me to wear these glasses?
That shoot a laser in your
eye? I don't need no laser going at me.
But yeah, it's gonna be. They want to make it where it's what they call HUD, heads up display. Where it might even be like even what you're looking at, like how Google Maps, like they have like the street view.
Yeah.
So like you could be on the street with the glasses, and it'll tell you, almost like a real life GPS,
like 20 yards from here.
Yeah. And the ATM is right around the corner.
See, I feel like I'd be way too distracted, bumping into things, even if I'm driving with them. See ya, I'm hitting somebody.
Okay, I mean, like kids, we grew up with a DVD player and computers and stuff like that, like stuff that would confound our grandparents. If our kids grew up with...
I don't need shit over my eyes. My eyes are to see things.